This is At the Post Live, Serling on Saratoga on 104.5 The Team, ESPN Radio.
And as we come back, let us remind you that At the Post Live, Serling on Saratoga, is coming to you live from the Parting Glass Pub in downtown Saratoga and is presented by Naira Bets and Partners. Capital OTB, watch, wager, and win with Capital OTB. And Timeform US. Visit timeformus.com for summer discounts on unlimited PPs, as well as David Aragona's exclusive betting strategies for Saratoga weekend racing. I'm back here with Joe Clancy, a man who's made my life. You have no idea. Joe does the jump races. He handicaps the jump races for us on Talking Horses as well as before the races. I think it's the single best thing that's happened to me in years. I have no clue in those races, and I felt bad because you want to try to give people winners, but you have so much more insight than we do because you follow the circuit, basically.
Yeah, I'm supposed to have more insight. I don't know. I had a winner today. We get back off, get off an offer for the meet. But, yeah, that was the first thing we did. We grew up in steeplechasing. We started a steeplechase newspaper, so we really followed it. And, we're happy to help. Hopefully it helps shed a little light, and you want people to play it and make it something they enjoy.
Well, you don't want it to be a mystery. I mean,
exactly.
It's really the same thing we're all trying to do with what we do in racing. You want to try to demystify things. You don't want people to go to the racetrack and say, it's all random. I couldn't have had that winner. You want to give people a chance to be able to understand why they might have horses that pay $30 that seem impossible, and there's reasons to like horses.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, and I try to approach it the same way you do to flat race. I mean, you look at it, you're trying to find value for people and give people some information and a little insight. We know the jockeys and the trainers and a lot of the past performances don't always make sense because they're coming from places you don't know. But, you want to look at pedigree. You want to look at a few trainers to follow. Jack Fisher, he won a flat race up here at a big number, and his horses are always ready. And Jonathan Shepard, everybody knows. And, Elizabeth Voss is making a name for herself. So there's people and horses to follow for sure.
And you live near Fair Hill, is that correct?
Yeah, I am. My office is right across the street from the Fair Hill Training Center, and I live about 3 miles from there.
What is the there's been enormous success. Tom Proctor's been having an amazing meet. He had a big priced winner today. Graham has had a number of winners. Arnaud Delacour, of course, won the big race. What is Fair Hill like, and what reasons would you think it might give people an edge coming up here, if any?
It's got everything a racetrack has. I mean, they have a synthetic track to train on, they have a dirt track to train on, but then beyond that, everybody's got their own barn. Every barn's got turnout paddocks, round pens. You've got miles of trails and things to go ride on with the racehorse, which sounds crazy, but Arnaud told me that about his horse. AP Indian, a couple days before he shipped up here, went for a trail ride. And you're like, what? This horse can run 108.25?
A dirt sprinter.
Dirt sprinter went for a trail ride. But that's got to help him. He's got to come up here and be relaxed, and when he's walking through the crowd and the nonsense is going on, he went for a trail ride 2 days before that. He's happy.
I would think that it would make it difficult for horses that leave trainers that train there, and then some of them go to racetracks in different surroundings. It might be hard.
They're amazingly adaptable animals. They'll kind of do what we want them to do, but you try to Fair Hill and other training centers and farms give people a place to, let them be horses a little bit. And you see it here when you see people grazing horses in the afternoon and things like that, and you leave the track, but then they walk home the long way. You see trainers do that, and they'll go out to Oklahoma and up the hill and around and come through the trees. And, it's the same idea. Give the horse more time out of the stall. Let the horse be a horse as much as you can and enjoy a little bit. He's not just here to race and do what we want him to do.
And Fair Hill allows that. And it's a great thing. I want to talk a little about, with the Saratoga Special, the alumni. As we talk about this, you have an incredible list, which includes my good friend Gabby Godet, who we're so lucky to have working with us at Naira this summer. Gabby worked for you. Travis Stone worked for you. It's like a who's who of people that do well in racing.
Yeah, and I don't know if we set out to do that. We basically just needed help and started asking around and offering chances.
We all come cheap in racing.
They came cheap. But it's great to see, and we like to think we give people a way into the industry. Face it can be a little daunting to try to get in, but we give people a way in. In your first day on a job, you might have to interview Christophe Clement or Bill Mott or whoever, and
that Clement guy's a real jerk.
Yeah, he's softening up on us.
Yeah, he's getting nicer. I know. He's run another war front first. He left. There he is outside.
He's not that
He's
nice.
got another war front first-time starter running. He's got more war fronts for the man who claimed to have given me a winner that was a war front.
But that part is kind of fun. You like to see people go on. We're obviously not big enough to hire anybody full-time forever, but if we can give them an opportunity and to see Gabby and Travis, John Panagot's another one, see people go on and run with that opportunity, it's nice to see.
I'm sure it's very satisfying. Joe, I appreciate very much. We all appreciate a great deal that you took time out of your busy schedule to come down and join us down here at the Parting Glass. And thanks for you and your brother and everybody that works for you and all you do to make Saratoga a better place.
Thanks for having me. It was great.
Thanks a lot, man. Stay with us. We come right back. At the Post Live is brought to you by the Brave Will Foundation, giving families hope.
You're listening to At the Post Live, Serling on Saratoga on 104.5 The Team, ESPN Radio.
We are back with At the Post Live, brought to you by Naira Bets. Join Naira Bets and earn up to 50,000 points and $100 cash bonus by using promo code SUNRISE. Sign up at NairaBets.com. Naira Bets, racing's best play. I want to thank everybody for coming down to the Parting Glass. I obviously want to thank my guests a great deal, Tom Morley, Eric Eo, as well as Joe Clancy. Big weekend coming up here in Saratoga. Still working on guests for next week. I believe Javier Castellano will be joining us next week. I know that Steve Asmussen and Ramon Dominguez are scheduled to be joining us in 2 weeks' time. You won't want to miss that. Both of them will be getting in the Hall of Fame next Friday. Obviously, I couldn't get Zenyatta and Rachel Alexandra to come down here. They wouldn't meet in the racetrack. They would not meet at the Parting Glass. A lot going on in the stakes this weekend. I hope you're coming out and getting a chance to join us out at the track. Obviously, the Whitney and the Test. If you're watching, you can watch them every day, of course, on MSG Plus as well as Fox Sports 2. I know Fox Sports 2 will be on from 5 to 6:30 if you watch the show on Saturday. Normally the show is from 4 to 6:30. It's going to be an exciting day. Don't know if they can beat Frosted. I doubt they can. I do think is it Light Stream? I never seen Light Storm or Light Stream. I never get the horse's name right, but I like the horse in the Test. That would be the horse I'm most interested in Saturday's card. But once again, I want to thank everybody for coming down to the Parting Glass and thank our guests for taking time out of what's obviously a busy schedule. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next week on At the Post Live.
You've been listening to At the Post Live, Serling on Saratoga. Presented by Naira Bets, live from the Parting Glass Pub in downtown Saratoga. Tonight's show was brought to you in part by Timeform US and Capital OTB. Join us next week for another hour of insider discussion about the Saratoga racing scene with Andy and his special guests. Remember to follow us on Twitter at the Post Live. This has been a production of Camden Sports.